looky here, what do we have? Another pretty thing ready for me to grab. But little does she know that I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing. Cause at the end of the night, it is her I'll be holding. I love you so, hey, that's what you'll say. You'll tell me, baby, baby, please don't go away. But when I play, I never stay. So every girl that I meet, yeah, this is what I say. Run, run away, baby, before I put my spell on you. You better get away, darling, cause everything you heard is true. Your poor little heart will end up alone, cause Lord knows I'm a rolling stone. So you better run away, baby. Yeah. Well, let me think, what should I do? So many eager young bunnies that I'd like to pursue. Now even though they're eating out the palm of my hand, there's only one carrot and they all gotta share it. I love you so, hey, that's what you'll say. You'll tell me, baby, baby, please don't go away. But when I play, I never stay. So every girl that I meet, yeah, this is what I say. Run away, baby, before I put my spell on you. You better get away, darling, cause everything you heard is true. Your poor little heart will end up alone, cause Lord knows I'm a rolling stone. So you better run away, baby. See, I ain't tryna hurt you, baby. No, I just wanna work you, baby. Yup, see, I ain't tryna hurt you, baby. No, I just wanna work you, baby. If you scared, you better run. 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 You better run away, baby, before I put my spell on you. You better get away, darling, cause everything you heard is true. Your poor little heart will end up alone, cause Lord knows I'm a rolling stone. So you better run away, baby. I cry as a little when I think of letting go.
Know you wanna get behind the wheel, but only one rider. I just feel got me swimming like a diver. Can't let go, I got fans in Okinawa. My heart to Japan, quake losers and survivors. Norway, no, you didn't get my flowers. No way to say it better, but the killer was a coward. Face just showered, a minute in the hour. Heard about the news, whole day went sour. Feel the moments got me feeling like a lemon head. Put you in the box, just to put in this a cigarette. They go my regards, but regardless, I get arrested. Ain't worried about the killers, just a young and restless. Get mad, cause a $250,000 on my necklace. To you, I never said I was driving reckless. You and I know the jealousy is not impressive. Oh no, I can't stop, I was destined.
I cried just a little
When I think of letting go,
I cried just a little
when I think of
letting go, oh. I cried just a little when I think of letting go. I cried just a little when I think of letting go.
champagne bucket still got 2 tears in it. And I put that on my tattoo of Jimi Hendrix. Get the press like the outfit all in it. Cause the press tell it all, get a meal ticket. Clean next, get the call, just a little visit. Sacrifice just to make it here still vivid. Reality see when you're blessed, just kill critics. Bugatti never been them rich, just God fearing. Look at me staring, got the flaw staring. Got a good feeling, that's about caring. Tell us Billie Jean, I'm on another planet. Thank class, big Chuck, elite Prince parents. By my mama chandeliers, I'm in tears, damn it. 30 years, you'd have thought these emotions vanish. Try to live, trying to figure how your sister vanished. No cheers, I know you would've panicked.
I cried just a little, but I think of letting go. Oh no, for a minute I cried just a little, but I think of letting go, go. Hello everyone. Today it's Friday. They're on the bed, it's fine, they survived. How's everyone doing? How's everybody's Friday? How's your Friday going, chat? Today is that sweet sweet Friday feeling. I didn't even think I was going to go live today. I was a little bit preoccupied, and now we're here. We've got our hydrates ready. We've got our beveraginos. It's indeed a hot summer's day, and I'm very warm and flustered, and it looks like I'm hot and bothered, but I promise I'm just a little preoccupied. I know. I was a little busy before going live, Ari, and now we're here and we're vibing and we're all good, you know. Beveraginos bars. Hey, yo, Dommy, how you doing, bro? Welcome, Sin. Dommy, I just love the fact that you're moderated on this channel and you just sit there and you just go bars, and I'm okay with it. Beveragino, yeah. I went to get a drink. Well, actually, no. Funnily, no. I had KFC for my lunch. But then I also was running so late. So, like, after I'd finished the drink, I just topped up the actual cup that had all of the ice in it. Real. Hello. Could we do Icebreaker where everyone would write down his favorite Pokemon, and then the next round we fuse the Pokemon that is standing in the text with your favorite Pokemon? So everybody does their favorite Pokemon, and then you mix it with their favorite Pokemon. Actually, Supersonic, that's not a bad idea. Who knows? However, wow, that was an unexpected hiccup. So chat, today I've been busy. We've got our schedule done. Happy days. Round of applause for me. Oh my god, I'm amazing. Why don't I have a round of applause sound effect? Chat, let's add a sound effect right now. How do I add sound effects? Sound alert. I'm going to start. No, you know what? I'll do it another time. Oh well. Round of applause for me anyway. It's just round of applause for me. But I finished the schedule. We have our game dates all for next week. I'm going to be hosting. The way that we're going to do it is I'm going to get a couple of my streamer buddies. I'm going to post a little lobby for them to react to it. And then we're going to play. We're going to do Lethal Company. We're going to do Uno. And then we're also going to... What was the other one I said I was going to do? I said... well, there's Monday's lobby sorted. If you want to no mind. It's true. Midnight Ghost Hunt. That's the one. When you said Beveragino, no, I actually don't drink fizz. I'm not an alcoholic. No, I don't drink alcohol. I'm not that dude. I think I'm just kind of vibey without it, you know. Look, chat, I'm actually very like... I've got my old skincare routine back again, and my skin is shiny. Wait. Look at this shine, bit. Oh, bro, I'm glowing. It's like I'm pregnant. I'm not pregnant, chat. So, is Jay not hosting it? You're always glowing now. Is Jay not hosting the lobby again? Oh wait, he might be on holiday. Never mind. So, shoo, I might not be doing the Among Us lobby because I've just realized my schedule. Oh. Let me see. Lobby for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yes, I'm going to be hosting those lobbies. I clicked in the collab station thinking I was stupid. I'm trying to show my screen. Oh, I have this as well. Chat, so watch. You ready? This is cool. Watch, you ready? Yeah. So now I can zoom in properly while we're talking. And I can zoom back out. Look, I'm so cool. It's just... It's nothing. It really... It's nothing. But it's everything at the same time. So... On Monday, yes. Monday is Midnight Ghost Hunt, then Lethal Company, and then Uno. Okay. Wow. Look. It really is nothing, but it's just I like it. It's just a little button that I get to press in. Chat. What did you just say to me? You see, it's cool. My hat with the lighting is great. It's like it's chroma keying out. It's still gonna... I'm gonna skip that song. This song gets played too much. Well, yeah, I like it. I like it. Chat. So, okay. So, Monday, This is it. Monday is Midnight Ghost Hunt, Syndicate Lobby. Wednesday, Lethal Company, Syndicate Lobby. And then Friday, oh no, Syndicate Lobby. And then we've also got Minecraft on Thursdays. And then we have Minecraft on Tuesdays. So we got lots to do. We got Midnight Ghost Hunt, then Minecraft, then it's TikTok live stream and Minecraft, by the way. Next, so the chat. The live stream on Wednesday, we're going to be in Germany. It's 11, so Friday, telling us for the Friday feel. Oh, okay. It's currently 11. I was like, what do you mean? I'm now like, oh, now I see what you mean. However, we can still vibe though, Sonic. We can still vibe. It's all about that here. We only vibe here. So, the live stream on TikTok on Wednesday, that's Minecraft. Get your cape, okay? There is TikTok drops, so when we watch and when you play Minecraft with me, you're going to earn a cape. You're going to earn a cape when you're looking at me, watching on Minecraft on Wednesday. TikTok live, that's me. Centrosity HD, okay? Got it. It's all about vibes though. Oh. Okay. No. Oh. Sorry, this is why I mute the music for myself, otherwise I'll just start talking in pace. Chat. Listen here and listen. Let me do it again. One more time. You've got two. Now look at me. Look at me in the eyes. Now don't look at me. Now look at me in the eyes again. Look away from me. Now look back at me. I think it's cool when you did it though. Oh, when I'm just vibing. Catching you guys. What's up, Fizzy? Tell me. What? Don't forget, Monday, Gartic Fusion, Midnight Ghost Hunt, Syndicate session. Tuesday. Special team, special plays. I've never played Uno. I've played it very few times, okay? When we do Fusion Gartic, it's going to be like, what, 10 minutes time, if that, maybe? Yeah, so probably only about 10 minutes until we do it. So, Tuesday is Minecraft, as it would be. Wednesday is a TikTok live stream, where we're going to be doing Minecraft. I'm just going to be showcasing the server on TikTok so that you guys can earn capes as well. Then it's a Lethal Company session later that day. Thursday is Gartic Fusion X Fusion and Minecraft again. Friday is Uno and Gartic Fusion X Fusion. And then on the weekend, we're going to have uploads on YouTube. All the days have YouTube uploads anyway. But Discord Game Night and Discord Movie Night on Saturday and Sunday. And then on Wednesday, we're having a Discord Game/Movie Night as well. It's kind of cool. And that's what it's going to be like every single week. So you guys get to not stop looking at me. Now look at me again. I'm watching you. But that's the schedule. And I'm glad we've now got a schedule. Dommy. Bars. What do you mean? You gambled 500? Do you gamble all? Chat, I want you all to gamble all. I'm broke. Turns out I'm broke, chat. Easy. Oh, you're gonna get them over and over and over again. Alright, let me close off the schedule. We've looked at it now. I've shown off my schedule. Alright, chat, let's go. Let's get ready and let's get up our Gartic Fawn. Chat, are you guys ready to do a little bit of Gartic today? Let it be new. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Boom, boom, boom. Holy damn, that's good. Boom, 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 boom. Dubba-dubba-dubba. What movies? You guys get to choose the movies. That's it. Right, I'm just going through and like following all of the. I'm just following all of the Gartic streamers for today so I can see what they're doing. Whoa, you look like my ex. Okay. Let me turn ad blocker on, because apparently my ad blocker is now turned off. Depending on the theme of Gartic, the masterpiece one stressed me out since I like doing an illustration, but without the tools. I get it, okay? But alright, I swear, I promise you, there is nothing to do with... I just don't want it to stress anybody, okay? You don't need to worry about it stressing you. You can play. If you revert, you may lose some colors. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes. Oh no, no, I didn't want to do that. Oh no, open a local file. What am I looking for? It's gonna be Fusion Wheel. Oh no, I just lost my wheel. Chat, no, I just lost the wheel. Is this still gonna work this way? I beg it works. Is it only ever Masterpiece or the other games? No, we do Gartic Fusion X Fusion a lot. Just want to say you have an interesting and cool art style in Gartic. Really? I appreciate that. I do sketch art a lot. Rough sketch art to me looks... It's my preferred art style. But no, we can start off with doing... I liked the idea that Sonic, I liked what you said to do, which was it was Icebreaker, but Pokemon. And then we could fuse the Pokemons together. I just wanted to make sure that my my wheel was working before we did anything. Right. We're up here. I'm going to change it. This is super duper talented artist. I am not an artist. I will never say I'm an artist. We're doing Pokemon themed. Apparently, I like the idea that Sonic gave us. It's going to be Icebreaker. And we're going to go on... Let me grab my title very quickly. Because I have all my titles for today saved. Fusion X Fusion. I'm going to put the title as Fusion X Fusion before I need to change it. So, oh well. It's Fusion, but with Pokemons. Yes. Look, you're being organized. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be as much organized as I can be. And we're going to change the game to... Oh, hey, Sin is live. Oh my God, Zine, welcome in, brother. Look at you. How are you today, Zine? We didn't get to chat. You were busy. I was busy as well, to be fair, but we didn't get to chat. But welcome, Sin. Zine, remember the thing I told you that I want all of like the staff to start doing? I might need that today. Okay. Right, chat, let's get going with Gartic to start with. Fantastic. All guilds are implemented. I love that. I'm going to do a breakdown video introduction very, 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 very soon. Can't wait. I'm going to do a breakdown explaining the guilds and stuff for people. And then, you know what I'm doing. Breakdown video of all the guilds. A welcome for the server. And then I'm going to pay someone to make a trailer of it as well. That should be pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Following. Nothing I can do. And nothing next to do. Following. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I know what we can do. We can do this. And then I can do this when we don't need... Oh, I'm a genius. Okay. Right. There is going to be a link. Boom. And I wonder where we are. Chat, ignore this. I just need to see what command it's from. It's from Stream Elements. Right, join in, chat. There's the link if you want to join into the game. Just while I get the command sorted. Following. Following. Okay, now you can do exclamation mark link and it'll work. Supersonic Real. Ari, you should join in for this. Right, let's add it on to... What is it? It's going to be Icebreaker to start with. I'm going to give us... Slow. A slow timer. I'm okay with that. Okay. Nails. And let's go to Ask Gartic. Gartic time. Tip, skip the beat. What's Icebreaker? So basically, I go Ramen, welcome in. How you doing? Icebreaker Fizzy is where what people do is they will give you a question. So it's like, what is your favorite Pokemon? This one is going to be, what is your favorite Pokemon? So everybody's title is going to be, what's your favorite Pokemon? You put in, what is your favorite Pokemon? And then we fuse your favorite one. Okay? So, in fact, Sonic, do you want to explain it? Am I saying it right? So we say, what is your favorite Pokemon? And then we draw our favorite Pokemon, but then we fuse it with their favorite Pokemon, right? Doing good. How are you? I'm doing really good. Thank you. It's been a good day. It's been a productive day. And I'm feeling glowy today. Okay. See, the good idea. You guys want to join in? Join in. Basically, it's your Pokemon and their Pokemon fused together. Which is going to be kind of funny because mine is so... Everyone says that my favorite Pokemon is a red flag. I don't agree. My favorite Pokemon is and always will be Charizard. But it's because I always chose Charizard as a child, so I have childhood memory with it. Not because everyone's like, but he's so popular. It's like, shut up. It's my favorite. You know? Chat, I'm going to give you 10 seconds before we start. If anybody else wants to get in, the link is here. It's in the chat. There you go. Exclamation mark link will get you on. I'm going to add that as a command in the title as well, just so everybody knows what they're doing. It is it is something in there already. So we're already flying. High flying birds. Right. We're going to do it anyway. We're going to start a smaller lobby. We can do that. It's okay. Right. So it's going to be favorite... Oh, wait. So right in the sentence section, it is your favorite Pokemon, right? So it's going to be writing inside this what your sentence is, right in your favorite Pokemon, right? So mine would be Charizard. So you write inside there your favorite Pokemon, boom, and then you draw. Then we. Okay, yeah, I'm onto it. I'm onto it. So it's Snom. Okay, so Snom we've got. I need reference images if I'm going to be doing this. Right, let's get up Snom. Yeah, okay. Okay, the little butt Pokemon. Right, so... This is going to... Oof. Boop, 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 boop. We've already lost some time just getting references. Okay. So I'm going to try going down... So if it's Snom X Charizard... Because we don't really have time to do detail on this one. Zara Larson. Shh. Capriza. How are you doing today, Dawn? We are doing Pokemon fusions today. Ah, no, wrong line. Fantastic. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Hold on, wait. Let me do this line first. That's the line I'm looking for. Because we need to do is I here. I'm on a timer today. This one is this one's the hurting one. I'm doing really good though. Isa, I'm doing very good. I hope that your day is good. I hope your throat's doing good. After all of that moaning on stream last night. Ha. Okay, so maybe I need to... You know what? Let's just get a rough. I have to do more bob today, my poor throat. God. Your poor throat because once I'm done with Bob. Damn. I don't know where that was going. Mm-hmm. Ba 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 na ba na. What time are you starting, Capriza? I really don't like how little time I've got to do this. 7:30 your time? Okay. Oh, okay. Wow, that's late. Is it normally that late? Typically, okay, I was gonna say that's way past that's like half past midnight for me. Bear with me. What do we think? Are you seeing for like an hour or so? Wait, you're doing Bob for an hour? Okay. Me wrapped up around your finger. I'll wrap someone in my fingers. Oh no! No, 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 no! I don't have time, chat. I don't have time. Yeah, her name's Bob. Oh. Okay, realistically, we need to add a lot more time. I've learnt my lesson here. Issa, why do you not do Gartic, by the way? I feel like you do good. I'm always busy. What do you mean? You're always busy. You're always doing Minecraft and RPGs. You'd be great on Gartic. Oh, I need to just squiggle, 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 squiggle. Damn. Who's Snom? Exactly, busy? Huh? Hi, Minecraft. How you doing? She's a busy lady, Sin. Doubt. Who's Snom? Snom is a little... He's got like little butt cheeks. My favorite Pokemon is... We stand Muck. Okay, so we... Muck. Hi, Cookie. How you doing? Chat. Okay. This is my favorite. What? Shut up. No one likes a kiss ass, okay? Especially when... Never mind. Right, so we've got Muck. Right, Muck. Let me show you who's... That's Snom. Especially when what? Say it with Chest Boy.
Especially when you don't have one.
Is that what you wanted me to say? Is that what you wanted me to say, Capriza? Jesus Christ. This lady, chat. I'm satisfied. No guy is ever satisfied with... Never mind. Facts. That's why all of your friends are female. What is the Snom as the devil? No, it was meant to be Charizard, but I ran out of time getting references. Right, let's start with our Charizard. Which we're going to go around. He needs to be a little bit more in the muck. I don't like muck. Right, so that's his head. Good song. Okay. We're going to join exclamation mark link. We'll get you in. All the people watching the stream at this exact time. Because you have a similar time schedule. That what? It looks like a dinosaur. It looks like a dinosaur. It looks like a dinosaur. Have you seen Alola Muck? Yeah, he's cute. He's just white. Wonder what that is. You know, chat, fun fact about Charizard is he's the only Pokemon's eyes that I do like consistently outside of like any kind of drawings. Okay. Wait. I've drawn the wrong Pokemon, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, I know who I'm drawing now. Because I've not got that much longer to do this, so I may as well just try get what I can get done. Is it Muxart? No, this is the, it's a legendary foresty deer. I just didn't have time to incorporate what I wanted to. I don't like that. I don't like the time limit. I think I really would prefer to have a 30-minute timer. Chat, I've literally just up. Okay, I've got to run. Listen, Busy Bee, got to run. You're doing great, kid. Shut up, Issa. Listen, have a great day. You're an amazing person, and you know this. Disappear. No Peach. Let's Screech. You know, don't be nice to me. Okay, bye. Goodbye. Chat, say goodbye to the lack of Peach. The color Peach. Princess Peach. That's it. See you later, everyone. Chat. Okay, now I'm screwed. Charizard x Charizard. That's not a muck. I know, okay. Don't tell me what to do. Ava, how you doing? Is that a thing? Am I down with the kids? I don't know. How you doing, Ava? Okay, we're on a timer, and I don't like the timer at all. So it's going to be... It's too big. That's what she said. Like that? No. Doing all right yourself? I didn't think I'd make stream today because I was too busy sorting out internet stuff. But you know, we're here. Oh, no, not... This is eyes going. Okay. Oh, no. I needed... Okay, I can do that. Because I can get rid of this. Time is time. Jorah's choose out. That's what I'm doing. I am. That's how I'm drawing him. Nope, not good. His eyes need to end like... That is not how you do it. I tell you, chat, I always say, one thing that's going to mess me up is eyes. I need to, okay, I'm not going to do his eyes yet. What I will do, chat, if we do this next round, if you guys want, we can do this again. However, I'm going to add an actual timer and just do no timer. Because I like to be able to have times. I'm torn on time here. Not recognize. Don't hurt my hands, please. So I'm on. Wait, which? Just out of curiosity, have you? Mario, thank you for the follow. It's me, Mario. Thank you. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Have you saved the power? I did save the Powerpuff Girls drawing. Yeah. Whoa. It's inside my Discord server, Minecraft. I tried my best to feed her appetite, keep her coming every night. I would have loved to have more time doing this one. But, you know, I am stupid and didn't set the timer. I'm not going to draw the eyes. What you can just do. It's Chuzood. Whoa. Whoa. Right, let's see. Meant to be Charizard. What do we get? Ramen did Charizard and Muck. I know it's Charizard and Muck. And then we got Supersonic. That's what it should have been. It should have been. So I got Charizard with Charizard. On me. And she said, I can't wait for the next Poke Fusion. Yep. Poke Fusion. So Snom. See, it would have been so much better if we had the time. I gave up with it. Snom. I don't like how much of a butt he looks. And then there we go. That is cute as frick. I love it. I'll save these ones. Let's go back and I'll save these ones as well. I also, by the way, I've got to say, I love it. I extra love it, Ramen, but I love it. And then Ramen, our main man Muck himself, we love a good backwards Muck. That is terrifying, Sonic. Damn it. I drink water. Hey, Ty. Is that Pokemon Grimace, my dude? Hi, Moom. How you doing? Right, chat. This one is going to be... We got Teotonics and Dillip. Welcome into the game as well. Welcome, Uncle. Have you drinketh? I did drinketh. Have you eateth? Alyssa, I did eateth. I did. And I have now drinketh as well. Yay! I know we have. So, chat. And Dillip as well. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to this internet. Chat, we got Nightbot working again. So look, you guys get to do this thing as well. Nightbot's been gone for months. Now look at it. Right, cool. We got Moo. Moo, welcome. I can't wait to see what you're doing. Check out Nightbot on my server, by the way. I heard this song from Sing. I love this as well. Died. Tia, we have not died yet. But yes, listen, chat. We got Nightbot back. And it went down for a couple of weeks, especially on my channel. Wasn't working. However, it's now back. So, you know. Abuse it. Go onto Nightbot and look at all the commands. And then look at all the stream elements once. We've got a lot of commands. Like, did you could do like exclamation mark sin or exclamation mark follow? It's nuts. Right. Chat. Just as a clarification, this next round, we are not going to put a timer on here. I'm going to turn it off. It's going to be host decision. It's going to be a 25-minute or 30-minute chat. 25 or 30-minute. In fact, you know what? I know what to do here. Let's just put a freaking poll up. Let's see what you guys want to do. What mode? It's going to be... So the first one we do, TO, this first one is going to be Icebreaker, but it's only because it's Fusion. So what you're going to do is you're going to, in the text... Let me zoom in. In the text box, you guys are going to write your favorite Pokemon. And then the next Fusion box, you're going to merge your Pokemon with that Pokemon. And then after we've done this, we're going to go and do Fusion X Fusion, which is Masterpiece. Okay? That's what that is. Right, let's add a quick poll and let's just do timer. And it's going to be, timer is going to be either 25. Bro, I heard the song is Thing 2. Yeah. 30. 45. And it's going to be in mins. And chat, you've got 1 minute vote, okay? Let me see what you want. From the stars, I think I say you. The song though, the song is a banger song. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, doop, doop. Doop, doop. You're the sky, you're the sky, you're the stars. Okay, chat, 25-minute timer it is. Let's see what you guys have got. Let's set a timer. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Our timer is running, chat. You've got 25 minutes. Let's see what your favorite Pokemons are. I'm going to say for every drawing. That's going to be long, isn't it? No, there's 6 of us in here. Chat, you've got 5 minutes per drawing. Okay. Cancel timer. I'm going off Masterpiece rules. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Okay, so that is now, chat. You got 5 minutes per drawing. Favorite Pokemon is going to be, let's do... We need a better Pokemon. You know what? I'm going to make it different. Let's do Caterpie. Caterpie is what it is. I want to see... No, Metapod. Metapod. I want to see what everybody does for Metapod. Pikachu destroying Eevee in Pokemon Go. Huh? Well, no. Okay, so it's Pikachu and Metapod, right? That's the contextual key here is Pikachu and Metapod. I love it. Let's see. I think we can... Okay, I've got an idea for Metapod. What if we do Pikachu wearing a Metapod onesie? Right? So, I don't like it. Let's go here. I don't like it.
I love it. Uh-oh. So good it hurts.
I don't like it.
I gotta have it. Uh-oh. When I can't find the words, I just go. I don't like it. No.
I love it. More around. No. Okay. 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 No. Here it needs to be. Like here. It needs to be bigger. No. Okay. 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 I like that. I love and love and love it. Whoa.
So good it hurts.
I don't know.
I gotta have it. Uh-oh. When I can't find the words, I just go.
Okay, I can do that.
No, I love it. I don't like it. No, I love it. Meet me at the
Studio. Inside. Oh no, that is not eyes. Chat, can you see why I hate doing eyes? Cook, you just spent a full day watching me. That's nuts. I hope you're having an amazing day, Cookie. A realsies. Right, now let's add a bit more context.
If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I could take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time.
Yeah, yeah. I want me. I want you, baby.
My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I got you, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight.
See, 5 minutes is just not enough in my eyes.
Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating.
I'm one of the greatest, ain't no debating on it. I'm still levitated, I'm heavily medicated. Ironic, I gave him love and they end up hating on me.
I hope you're having a good vibe out there, Cookie.
Love and I'm running thin on my patience. Needing someone to hug, even took it back to the basics. You see what you got me out here doing? Might have threw me off, but can't nobody stop the movement. Let's go. Left foot
In, right foot out, wiggle it around just like you think it's out.
had to lace my shoes for all the blessings I was chasing. If I ever slip, I fall into a better situation. So catch up, go put some cheese on it, get out and get your bread up. They always leave when you fall, but you run together. Weight of the
Two ghosted Pokemon.
my head up. Now, baby,
Pokemon and Metapod.
You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way.
That needs going. Yeah, 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 yeah. You, moonlight.
You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight.
Alyssa, what's your favorite Pokemon?
I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating.
In fact, Cookie, what is your favorite Pokemon? I feel like it'd be something like Mimikyu.
It's like a rocket watch it blast off, and I'm feeling so electric, dance on us off. And even if I wanted to, I can't stop. Yeah, 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 yeah. My love is like a rocket watch it blast off, and I'm feeling so electric, dance my ass off. And even if I wanted to, I can't stop. Yeah, 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 yeah. You want me, I want you, baby.
Every Pokemon that isn't in the original set, but for you. I mean, I like up until Gen 4. Everything from Pokemon Black and White afterwards does not exist. It's not a real Pokemon at all. It's Pokemon just went, oh, you know what? Why not? Drifloon, Mimikyu, and Dreeply. Wow, okay. I see that you like children being kidnapped, it seems. Because that's what their Pokemon's lore is. We all know, chat, don't mess with Cookie, okay? Cookie is capable of dangerous things, it seems. It's mostly the TPS. Ouch. I don't think I have a favorite. I don't have favorite ones. Do we have more than 5 minutes? We can have more than 5 minutes if you need. With this one's gonna have to be a tester, Sonic. I don't realize how little time we actually had. The one I will say to chat after this is definitely gonna be Masterpiece. So bring your A game. Sing along with me, me. Those eyes just don't do good. Nope. Dear future husband. And the design, the design of Drifloon is so humble and yet it's so evil. It's the kidnapping Pokemon. Oh, groceries. Bye, groceries. I collect Pokemon trading card game mostly. Oh, really? Okay. I didn't even realize. You know what? TCG just went through my head. Flareon? I mean, Vaporeon. Okay, there we go. That's what the eyes are gonna have to be like. I have a Pokemon card portfolio. Really? Damn. Fix your posture. I see how you doing, bro. I know it's my type. Woo, looks great. Did you know? Shut up. I don't need you to say that. Yeah, what were you gonna say about Vaporeon, chat? Okay, chat, that is 10 minutes. I'm gonna have to call it on that one if you've not finished now. Don't say anything. Yeah, exactly, Ramen. Exactly. Nothing can fix what's about to be said. Did you know anything? Did you know about Vaporeon, chat? That never. No, we're good. Okay. Mine is. I wish we did. I want to sing to you so bad. So call me maybe. It's only other boys. Did I not just do Pikachu and Metapod just now? What if I do Pikachu as a worm? Oh, wait, that's Caterpie. I'm still going off Caterpie. Never mind. Duh. Now, what? Oh, wait. What about Pikachu? I need to go with a thinner brush. Okay, what about Pikachu, right, chat? But we give him a chiseled jaw. The Nega Chin. Does Pikachu have... Literally nothing. Okay. You should be a future husband. You know what? I am a future husband, though. Give him a Mew. Yes, exactly. So I think what we can do with Pikachu on this one is Pikachu X Metapod, but Pikachu is actually just... You know? You know what's more funny? Umbreon is more suitable for said activity. How, though? No, I don't want to know how. I don't need... No, we don't need to know how. Umbreon has the most accessibility to synchronize, which also shares the current status with you, meaning you will be able to receive... Okay, listen, I need... You said all of the pleasure feels combined, all the pleasure you get from the power into perfect... Listen, I need to remove that. I need... Listen. Shadow, please. There's children here. Right, let's go and start making our Pika Mew. It's all about those flat... I'm not... Oh, I'm so used to being able to make the curves go. Is that okay? Okay, that's okay. Like flat. That's against the US. No, it's not. You've got to be 13 and above to be on Twitch. So you can be 13 and above. Also, you can be however old you want to be on Twitch. Just don't tell anybody your age, I guess. I mean, I had a Facebook account when I was 8. Is Snom's face his frontal? But that's what I'm saying. Is it his face? Is it just his face? Yeah, 13 and above is not a child. I mean, to me it is. That's because I'm 26. Okay, so that is going to be... Also, Girl Pikachu has a heart on the end of a tail. That is also true. This is going to be a meta... This is going to be a very... Don't say your age out loud. Exactly. That's what I know. It needs to be more like that, more lined. It's Meta Pikachu. Oh my god, it's Meta Pikachu. Why does it look like he's got a tumor? I'll fix it. Yes, Pikachu. Yes, female Pikachu does have a heart on its tail. It's Metachu. And we need to go out. Don't forget, chat, these are now 10-minute rounds instead because we realize that there's no time in the round to do 5 minutes. Oh, wait, we could just do Metapod's hands instead of giving actual Pikachu hands. Say on Skibbity, on God, my dude. How you doing, Aloe? Welcome to seeing. How you doing? Wandering around while we're on contact with clothing. Skibbity bop, skibbity E. Look at this, look at you, and look at me.
Bring a friend along, yeah. Now I got paper and I ain't gon'
subscribers. Link, exclamation mark, link.
The light is going down and the weekend's here.
That'll get you in.
Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. Who's on with me?
Yeah,
Who's
yeah,
on with me?
yeah. Fix your posture. I'll fix my posture.
Coach seats to private, coast to coast ballin'. Call your friends, the weekend's coming. I'm about to give you the rock. Now pour up a shot.
How's that? Oh, is that better?
You don't want for the night. You know you want in a million. If you don't want that, I like. You got a lot of booty. Glad I knew you. I brought a ruler. I'ma use it. Play the music louder. I gotta do it now. I got paper and I ain't gon' chase you, baby. I'm gon' take you down now. Come on, shake it, baby. Turn that ass around. I'm like,
Oh my Lord. The
Right,
light is
I need to
going
get up the
down and
Metapod
weekend's
face.
here.
Oh,
Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. Who's on with me? Who's
Quack,
on
quack,
with
quack.
me?
take it up another notch and make it drop it and never take it down. Take it down. 30-something thousand watching, show me something, baby.
Who's on with me? Who's on with me now?
This is not good. It's not meant to be good.
Back to work on Monday. Tear it up on Tuesday. Wednesday, mail it down. Throw one back on Thursday. Fuck it up on Friday. Shut it down on Saturday. When we
Although
hit the
I'm terrified of him.
Fresh off work, I'm trying to get big. Cash my check, I feel like I'm rich. Party all night, it's sounding like this. Oh, way too drunk, it's time to kick back. Lost my keys and now it's two pack. Guess I'll stay the night till I crash. Oh, I'm just cool and minding my business. I ain't worried about what
Right.
they say. If you wanna know how I'm doing, no
7 minutes coming. You'll like it drawing. I hope so.
know how to go little. Show these wins off in they face. No regrets, I'm living life my way. Know the turn-
The last Pokemon game I actually played, by the way, Cookie, was actually Diamond Pearl. Because I tried playing, well, no, Black and White technically, but I just gave up. I just didn't enjoy it anymore. I think anything past Gen 4 isn't real. Chandelier. Keyring. Like, I love Bidoof. Bidoof is... It was great. Snom. Do you speak English? Huh? What do you mean? Yeah, yes. Gibbity boo. Trust me, you'll save them as well. I will save them. What was your favorite? What was your? Sorry, not your favorite, but Cookie. What was your last Pokemon game? Are you human? No. Snom. As a Metapod, though. It's a duck. Are you streaming on Twitch? That one I don't even know anymore. It could just cut off at any point and I just wouldn't know. Alright, all the way down and let's go to Metapod. I kind of regret doing Metapod though.
What do you mean? Oh,
And then we've got to try to find out. Oh, wait. Oh, I know what we can do here. Do you mean? You can do.
You're so indecisive, what I'm saying. Trying to catch the beat, make up your heart. Don't know if you're happy or complaining. Don't want for us to win, where do I start? First you
I reckon we could do the Metapod, but instead of it being Metapod, I reckon that we can go with a.
argue all day, making love all night. First you're up, then you're down, and in between. Oh, I really wanna know.
Like a snom butt. I don't know how I'm going to do it upside down. Oh, wow. My perspective is not really going to happen. Violet, I haven't been pretty big fan of, but it's still kind of enjoy it. Also, Arceus Legends. I stopped. Now, you think how old Diamond Pearl is, right?
Said you're running out of time, what do you mean?
I will always love Pokemon. But I couldn't get in Violet because Pokemon Violet was such... It was kind of a downfall for Pokemon, especially with like the graphics that came out. And then Palworld came out and I'm like, thank you. So then I started playing Palworld a lot. So I love Palworld. But Pokemon's kind of... They got... they just got lazy because they know that they're Pokemon. And they know they can do anything. They just got really lazy. They went, oh, you know what? I always go back to Chandelier. Like Drifloon, you know? A drifting balloon. That's great. Chandelier. It's a chandelier. I did play Pokemon Showdown. I played it once and got bullied and never went back. I think that's the truth. I got bullied very, very much. Trying to think how I can... What if I did that? As his nose. Oh no, I got bullied heavily. Okay, I know where... Okay, now I know where the design's going. And I'm not gonna lie to it, that looks hella sus. Does it, I need to be smaller? Ooh. Palworld was very buggy for me and I gave it... I loved it. I only remembered I'm supposed to be mixing them. Oh my god. Moom. This is how big it needs to be. That's what she said. Drew, how's your day been today, by the way? Good, just grinding away at the server, and I love to see it. I can't wait until we start playing it again. How's the Badlands coming along? How's your walls coming along, Mr. Trump? I think the end one is your personal. No, it won't be because I'm doing somebody's personal one. Do it right. I got some bread. Bread.
Here we go.
Quack, quack. Give me some. I'm gonna order my dinner later. There's lies here. The good one too, and on the blasphemous margarita nonsense. What do you mean? I'm not even gonna entertain her.
Let's go out and be wild, do it while we can.
Why didn't I do Love Disc as the Pokemon of choice?
Running free in the world, we got all weekend. Tear it up, tear it down, getting lost in the sound of our hearts beating. Take me here, take me now, getting lost in the crowd with you.
That's what Pikachu's doing? Sorry, can't tell.
Waiting for you all my life. Hold my hand and keep me close. I never let you go. No, not tonight. Keep me by your side.
2 minutes left, chat.
Keep me
By your side. That was funny.
by your side.
That was funny. Ramen, thanks for the 10 bits. Oh, I got my bad. I need to be fast. Hey, yo, don't worry about it. I only stream because I like having fun. Maybe it's not all that similar. I'm pepperoni. Pepperoni is amazing. If you by your side.
Shattered hearts, broken glass, I don't feel a thing. Cause I'm frozen in time when you're next to me. Tear it up, tear it down, getting lost in the sound of our hearts beating. Take me here, take me now, getting lost in the crowd with you.
Right, let's go to a lighter green. Make it bigger. It's ham, red pepper, and onion. Red pepper's overrated on pizza. But each to their own, though, you know? Chat. Oh, wow, it's done. Okay. Timber? I beg, Timber is not a real Pokemon. He's a real Pokemon. Doesn't really add anything, to be fair. Yeah. I didn't make it, your mom did. Oh, your mom made a pizza. The Metapod is so cute. It's a snob. I like it like you. In time, let's go, Minecraft. What you do, like you do. Snom is really cute, but I don't know whether I want to kiss it or go, ugh. What you do, what you do. Cookie, do you have a binder of your cards?
They call me in my head, boom, baby. I go hard for the
that a KFC cup? Yes. So I went to KFC for my lunch, and as I went to stream, I was like, wait, I don't have a cup. So I finished the drink and then just topped the cup up. Like oh, you do like you do. What's your KFC order? Boneless banquet. Boneless banquet, and then sometimes something extra on the side. If I'm feeling it. Like an extra, like a little fillet box or something. I do. What's your favorite card that you've got, Cookie? Oh, I know what to do here. Little box with nuggets and sauce or ghosted. What, you mean popcorn chicken? This. You go Magic the Gathering and Pokemon? Wait, you play Magic? Nuh-uh. No, what do you mean then? I know good at Bulbasaur disappointed itself. Don't worry about it. It's all about trying and having fun. Magic's such a nerd game. I love it. I've been playing it now for like 2 years. No, it's not. It's been a year and like 3 months. Oh, okay, yeah, the actual bites.
I wear my heart up on my sleeve like a big deal. Your love pours down on me, surround me like a waterfall.
I have to go, but enjoy your drawings. I will moo. Thanks for coming by. Hope you have a great night. Thanks for tuning in.
I feel so close to you right now.
It's fun. So do you play Commander then? Cocky, please don't tell me you're someone that plays modern or standard. You were cool. I'm hoping. Okay, so chat, look, here's how I'm gonna do it. It's 20 hot wings bucket. Oh, I loved the hot wing bucket.
I feel so close to you right now. It's a force field. I wear my heart up on
Hey, Fizz.
like a big deal. Your love pours down on me, surround me like a waterfall.
That's too big of an eye.
And there's no stopping us right now. I feel so close to you right now. And there's no stopping us right now. And there's no stopping us right now.
You see where it's going now? But liking and cleaning, highlight of your even. I hope I'm the highlight of your even. I hope I've been the highlight of your even, Fizzy. Of course, yes, exactly. Fizzy, did you know that OFC doesn't mean of course, it means of course? I found this out like a week ago. I mean it as of course. Apparently not. Imagine it means of freaking course. I swear to God, Alyssa. I didn't know that. Yeah, I know. I got shouted at by an American friend who was like, whoa, easy with the language. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm saying, of course, like, that's not what that means. I'm like, yeah, it does. Like, it means of freaking course. I was like, oh. Where's the information coming from? Source, trust me, bro. I can't believe that Timber is a actual name of a Pokemon and it's just a kid holding. Maybe it's it might be an American thing. It's come from an American. It's not trustworthy source. What? I mean, yeah, fair. I bless you. Are you just lurking in the background? Bless you. Also, bless you. I did see your message. I was starting stream, so I haven't had a chance to message it back. Yeah, that's okay. Bless you. I'll message it when I finish properly. Yeah, you're good. Okay, cool. Thank you. Eggquid, such a massive deal. I loved it. I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. It's the deal that I would have went to. I'd have carried on getting it if they didn't stop doing it where I used to live. Let's go back here. I wish I didn't mess up the roundness. In London? Oh wait, it's both back? Oh, it's back. Oh my God. Never mind. It's also because I always order dinner at midnight. See, so I'll always eat really late because I stream late. I don't need to look at the KFC hot wing bucket.
Got fire for a heart. I'm not scared of the dark. You've never seen it look so easy. I got a river for a soul, and baby you're a boat. Baby you're my only reason. If I didn't have you, there would be nothing left. The shell of a man that could never be his best.
Being a BRB, go for it.
Have you would never see the sun.
Right.
Taught me how to be someone. Yeah.
All my life.
You stood by me when no one else was ever behind me. All these
Lights.
they can't blind me. With your love, nobody can drag me. All my
Life stood by me.
no one else was ever behind
Behind me.
all these
It's lights.
can't blind me.
Nobody, nobody.
Nobody can drag me down. I got fire for a heart. I'm not scared of the dark. You've never seen it look so easy. I got a river for a soul.
There we go. Can you play Kesha Cannibal? Kesha. Kesha's Bulbasaur. Okay, chat. Go. Next one. Left. Where's my Spotify? Yeah. It'd be Cannibal, wasn't it? Yeah. Drag me down. Nobody, nobody, nobody can drag me down. Nobody. Skip.
have a heart, I swear I do, but just not baby when it
Right, let's get Bulbasaur Metapod.
You know what's good for you. I think you're hot, I think you're cool. You're the kind of guy I'd stalk in school, but now that I'm famous, you're up my anus. Now I'm gonna eat you, fool. I eat boys up, breakfast.
No
and
prob.
lunch. Then when I'm thirsty, I drink their blood.
Can I play with you, Mini Monkey? Of course you can. If you do ! link, you can get in. They are Twitch verified accounts. As long as you're verified on Twitch, you can join into the game. After this is going to be our Pokemon Fusion X Fusion. Not Pokemon Fusion X Fusion. Fusion X Fusion Masterpiece. Where we will do it. What can you say? Okay. Sorry, I was speaking fast. Right, so all you need to do is do ! link. There it is. It's in the chat for you right now. And then after you do that, super simple. The next round that we do is going to be Masterpiece Fusion. So we'll spin a wheel twice. We'll get the character and then the universe. And then we draw and we merge them. That's what we do. Hopefully you enjoy. I realize, chat, I do talk fast. Oh, drawing these Pokemons now is hurting my brain. We've done 6 rounds of this so far. And it's just Pokemon. That's why I like the fusion wheel. Beep, beep, beep. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. I need to do... Okay, I'm in. Lovely. I didn't know what to draw, so I did speed draw. That's okay, don't worry. We'll be doing like faster rounds now. I've never played this game before, so I'm bad. Don't make fun of me, please. Am I spelling? Don't worry about it, Mini. You don't need to worry about spelling anything. Don't worry. You will have none of that spelling stuff to do. We have a wheel.
I love you.
I love you too.
I warned you.
Are you spelling? It's all gonna be me doing it. It's a wheel that decides what we do. You know, I've never actually been tested for ADD or ADHD, but if a doctor told me I had it, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, you really do. You do. Don't worry about it. But it's not a bad thing, Alyssa. But you don't need to worry about that. You do. It's a superpower, in my opinion. You're doing a Bulbasaur? I am doing a Bulbasaur. out of sight. It's less rounded. It's more like that. Okay. I see you, Sin. Like the Pokemon Bulbasaur? Like the Pokemon Bulbasaur, yeah. Not for me. My autism is crazy. That's okay, don't worry. Makes sense. My history teacher always said the brain works faster than the hands. Exactly. Make a new point instead of continue to point. Yes, exactly. When talking to my essays, so I also wouldn't be able to answer any questions. This explains the Umbreon comments I see in the mod view. Shh. Yeah, I know. Minnie, thank you for the follow. Welcome, Sin. Welcome to this internet. Almost every night. I don't blame me for nothing. You have the real game? Yes. I'm a huge Pokemon fan from back in the day. Not so much the new games, but I do love Pokemon. Do you have the games? So you? Hey, yo, let's go! Yeah, it's about Pokemon. That doesn't mean I want to comment. What's your favorite Pokemon game? Dancing in the moonlight, right? Out of sight. Dancing in the moonlight. Actually, I haven't actually played the Pokemon games. I've watched the show. Oh. Yellow and Moon. Your favorite is Yellow and Moon? Yellow will always hold a very big part of my heart. Ow, why did I do that? I don't know. Pokemon Go? I played Pokemon Go a lot when it first came out. Oh, got me singing like na every day. But only when it started out. I was OG with that, you know. Chance. Who would have ever known? That we would ever be more than friends. But railroad boy breaking all the rules. She like a song played again and again. Like something off a poster. Lie down. Do you have the time? A time limit on this one? Yeah. So this one, yes. But the next one, we've got about 30 minutes. Okay? My head and I can't keep on. Got me singing like. I wish I could like have one day I will do it where I don't have a time limit. Is it just me or does that just look more like Squirtle when I do the like that looks okay, but when I do that it looks like Squirtle. Drink water. Moose! I didn't like that, bro. Moose, how you doing, bro? Hey, yo, it's nice to see you, King. All that. Much love. Thank you for the hydrate, dude. I didn't like how that sounded, though. Continue. Have you guys ever seen the animation of Pokemon Salad being made? can be your melody, the one that can fill your symphony. With me, eh? Yeah, yeah, it's mad. I've run out of time, chat. Chat, I've run out of time. I wish I could talk to this chat, to you with my mic. I'd love that as well for everybody, but if I let you, I'd have to let everybody do it, you know? When you said Squirtle, it sounded British. Minecraft, I don't know how to tell you this. Minecraft, I'm British. I'm from the Britain land. I'm in fact, I like cups of tea and biscuits. That's who I'm British. I am. Right. Metapod. You know, at this rate, chat, I'm going to speedrun a Metapod. I was actually born in California. That's actually kind of dope. I regret making Metapod at this point, so I'm going to go... You're British! I know, right? It isn't Pokemon. It is a Pokemon. I'm gonna make him in my art style, okay? Get the tea and crumpets ready, everyone. Is this the last round for this one? This is the last round for this one, yes. And then we're going on to the next one. Hey, do you know the king? Not my king. Yes. Personally, yes, he's my uncle. Hey, yo, Tyson. How you doing, dude? Thanks, bro. I'm going to keep it kind of more strained eye kind of vibe, like he's... How's Gartic going? Gartic's going good. We're chilling. We're being chilling. You know. Just vibing out. My foot has gone dead. I need to eat. I was meant to... I actually didn't even think I was going to make chat today. I don't think I was planning on getting here. But I'm here. I'm just, I'm hungry. I'm a little hungry. Dabba. Why weren't you going to be here? I didn't think I'd make it because I was too busy. I got back, like I was late, wasn't I? Because I was preoccupied. Go make yourself some ramen. I order my food. I order my food off my company account. But so yeah, so I'll order food later, chat. Hi, baby. Hiya, babe. How you doing? Are you being chilling? So you never cook? No, I never cook. I wish I had time. I can cook. I was trained by a chef privately to be a home chef for myself. I just never had the time to do it. Like usual? Nah. I cook for you. You will be cooking for me a lot, to be fair. Make him look like you? No, what? No, this guy's gonna be haunted. Like baggy eyes. Tomorrow. Alright. Don't worry about the dance. Bunny, what you doing? Worry about the dance. Why not order your food from your own account? Because I'm working. Because I'm working right now. You see? Missing you? That is adorable. At least you put the cap on. What do you mean? Oh, at least put the cap on him. No, but it's going to be Metapod, but it's going to be Meta Haunted Pod. Because, like, it needs to be, like, I could put, like, baloney? I miss you too, Don. Yeah, okay, that's the route I want to take. As if his eye is, like, coming out of his body a little bit. Ah, so Sin is making money laundering front and you're adding Syndicate and Sintranet so you can launder more money. No, if I was to launder money, I know how to do that, but I wouldn't do that. Right, chat? I would never launder money. Can you, like, win the rounds? We have best. We have vote bests. Yeah. You know who you look like? You know who it is? Wait. Oh my god, you're right. It does. It looks like... I don't like food. I love food. It looks like the food critic from Ratatouille. That's mental. I just wanted to make him look like that he was having a bad time. Like, straight down, onto here, make it big. Make it big. Straight down, straight down, straight down. Don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. How many people are watching? I don't know. I don't look at my view count. It's a rule to not tell me how many people are watching. There's more than 3? I mean, okay, that's good. It is always good when there's more than 3 people watching. There's more than 3 of you freaking talking right now. Okay, now I can see. Okay. There's about to be 1 less. It looks like a very tired Larry from VeggieTales. Okay, listen to me, chat. It looks like it looks like Mr. Incredible's on a way. It looks like Mr. Incredible if he was on chemo. Oh, for. That was unfortunate. Ooh, where can I get the link to the game? Thank you, Alyssa. Okay. Now, ladies, Fizzy Pop, just let him do his thing. Oh, how you look at me after one. That's not true. Chat, that's not true. It's not true. That is not true. Okay. No, man, where can I get the full-on game? You go on Google and you look at Gothic Phone. That's it. It's a website. It's not true. It doesn't even last. Chat, come on. Let's see, chat. Metapod fusion with your favorite Pokemon. Let's see what you guys did. It's a just born peak. Oh my god, that is kind of cute though, I'm not gonna lie. That is Timber. It's a Metapod Bulbasaur. I love it. That's a Metapod. Sorry, I need to eat dinner. See, that's fine. Don't worry about it. And then there's me. Show me what you got. I like it. Garlic pod. It's just a, yeah, it's a garlic pod. Snum. Snomizard. That's cute. Look at the little butt pooping out some fire. Minecraft, look at that. I love it. That's my Snommy pod. I like it. Bulbasaur coming through. Oh my god, ramen. It's a sussy Snommy. It's buff Snom. I don't know how I feel about that one. You drew the abs first as well. Ramen is going for Timber, chat. Let's see what Timber... that is so cool. This is Tim... Is that Timber Machamp? I think they've done Pokemon... I think... Okay. I see what Dilip's done. I was thinking that was really good then. I was like, oh wait, whose is that? That's me! It's my one. Minecraft... Is he eating the wood? Timber is more like Tim Burton. Whoa. What's with those butters? Hey? Minecraft, let me see. Okay, so Minecraft is meant to... Okay, so I just did Pikachu in general. Someone's obsessed with abs. Yeah, I lost my abs. It's my Pikachu Metapod. Oh, wow. Yeah, you. True. That is a Pikachu of all time. Sonic had to leave. What? I lost my abs. Yeah, you're right. You should probably just leave. Are they paying Patter Cake? That's cool. You told me you speed run that one. We don't even have to try. So we just got a regular Pikachu, and I think this is what I came through and was like, I'm not going to do another one. Yeah, I'm sorry. Whoa. What was the prompt for this? Was it just Pikachu? Oh, it was just Pikachu. It was Pikachu Timber, I guess. Twilight. I don't even understand that one. I think by the time everybody got to the end, everybody got so tired and was like, no. I think my Bulbasaur was gonna be good. Don Pikachu. Yeah, look, everybody got so tired towards the end that it just slopped. Although, Sonic, you really did come through. Is that Bulbasaur? Horrorsaur. Why is he terrified? Slop. What do you mean, slop? Mine would have been better if I carried on with it. Right, chat. This is now Fusion X Fusion. We're now doing... Chat, listen. We're doing Fusion X Fusion now, okay? We're doing Fusion X Fusion. This one is going to be one timer. It's going to be that wheel, and we're going to speak it. Speak it? We're going to spin the wheel. What do? We spin the wheel twice. Okay? There is going to be a timer dependent. I'm thinking 30 minutes. You get to do one drawing and one drawing only. Let me change it onto there first. You get one drawing and one drawing only. This is what it's going to be. You get a character and a universe. We mix them in. Let's go. Let's see what have we got first, chat. Spin that wheel twice. What do we get? Gravity Falls again. We got Gravity Falls last night, chat. Right. If everybody says spin that wheel in the chat, I'll spin the wheel. But you've got to say spin that wheel first. And I'm going to sit here and wait. We could be spinning. Spin that hat. Love on me, 'cause I won't get you down. I won't let you down. We'll be swinging. What did we get, chat? What is the first one we're gonna do is... It's content warning. The game content warning. I don't like it. I'm doing it again. Let's spin that wheel again. The profile picture in Garlic looks like Gravity Falls style. Okay, we can do Lord of the Rings. That felt like cheating. Why have it? Oh, we just took everyone. That's one thing I need to do is I need to fix the wheel. That's what I wanted to do with everyone today before we played. It was like Lord of the Rings in Fallout 4. Right, now chat, don't forget, you guys get the option to re-roll. So I'm going to put in a poll and say, do you want to re-roll, yes or no? Re-roll. Yes, no. 1 minute on the clock, chat. Let me see. Do you guys want to do a re-roll? Yes or no? You got carried away with PokeFusion? Oh. I didn't realize how long. I'm so glad that I didn't do 25 minutes per drawing. 7 drawings? That's nearly 2 hours of just one game. That would have hurt me. Okay, wait. All I know is Mabel from Gravity Falls. Okay, chat, listen. You guys want... It's clear you guys want a reroll. Let's see what we got. Let's put some DMCA free on then. Right, let's see. Wait! Can I do an example? Yes, you can. Do exclamation mark link and you can get in. That's the link on to get in. Wait! Like Scoob! Scooby-Doo! Where are you? Right here, Raggy. So chat, this is going to be what we're doing now is we are doing Fusion X Fusion. Look, thank you for dropping a like, Cookie. I appreciate it. Right, chat. Welcome in to Gartic Fusion X Fusion, where today we are going to be spinning the wheel of fusions twice. First of all, getting your character. Second of all, getting your universe. We merge them together. We see what people do. We see what they've got. 30 minutes on the clock. This is what it's going to be. Chat, let's spin that wheel. I want a better song as well. That's better. Oh, I closed my OBS. Hello? Hello. Told you what chat? Okay, we need to fix this. We need to fix the wheel. There's just these aren't the best. It's gonna do Call of Duty again. It's right next to Call of Duty. I actually don't like, I think that we really need to sit, I need to sit down in fact. And I need to just write wheel things. Because like, okay. Okay, I think we're starting to dislike the wheel pretty fast. And to be fair, we took everything and everyone. Okay, we took everybody's, okay, Mr. Bean in what universe? Please say Phineas and Ferb. Mr. Bean in Phineas and Ferb. I like this idea. I think this one would do better. I think this one's not a bad idea. Chat. What do we think? Mr. Bean as Phineas and Ferb. I think we can do it. He can be the dad for all we know. Right? We need to fix that wheel though. That wheel needs names and numbers taken out. Right, let's do Masterpiece. And chat, there is going to be... Let's do it. Let's do it, chat. Chat, don't forget, Mr. Bean as Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Or as Major Monogram. Take your pick. Or Perry the Platypus as Teddy. Oh, Teddy. Chat, there is 45 minutes on the clock for this one. If you guys want to join in, exclamation mark link in the chat. Join in. It's a 45-minute masterpiece round. Let's see what we're going to do. I'm going to give you guys 10 more seconds to join in, and then we're going to start the game, okay? I'm going to give you 10 seconds while I do this. Are you? Okay, chat. We're starting. Let's change the title. And let's get into it. Fusion X Fusion is going to be Mr. Bean X Phineas and Ferb. Can I not do him as a character? And can I... Oh, yeah, yes, you can. You can definitely do it. You've just got to merge the two universes. Okay? As long as the universes are clashed, you're good to go. All right, chat, let's go. Set the timer, 45 minutes. Oh, you want to know what you're fighting for. Okay. I prefer the upbeat classics, you know, chat. Right, we're doing Mr. Bean in Phineas and Ferb. Let's go. Mr. Bean. Now, I'm thinking we go down the old school route of Mr. Bean, like the old cartoon. Right? Now, I think we can go down Like, we can go down this route, the old art style route of the classic Mr. Bean cartoons. Mr. Bean. Bean. Like, imagine Mr. Bean's face on Ferb. No, I can't. I want to do Major Monogram as Mr. Bean. I think that'll be the route to take here. It'll be funny. Let's see what we can do. 45 minutes means that we've got time to do it, so we can really plan out how we're going to do them. Does your sky full of stars? I think I found you. Woo. Let's get Major Monogram open as well. Major Monogram. Okay, so to start off with Major Monogram, let's go straight down. That's the wrong angle. He's not sitting down either. That's the line that we want to go. Because his pants will go here. Maybe. He has rounded shoes. With little kicks on them. I want to just see. I need to see if I've got enough room to do this. So there's his hand. Takes it up to his shoulders. His shoulder pad should be here. See, this is what I mean. If I didn't plan it, I wouldn't have seen. I don't have enough room to do that. Okay. So, Major Monogram will be this. For his nose. Shadow Sky. Oh, shush you. What do you mean, shush you? What do you mean, shush you? Okay, Shadow Sky. Look at you. You're amazing. Hello. How you doing? Exactly what I said, you loser. I swear to God, I'll find you. Let's make his mustache smaller. You know where I live? Can find you, loser. Oh, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you. How are you, Sky? How's your day going? What on earth are you drawing? Major Monogram from Phineas and Ferb as Mr. Bean. Bench press your nan. I'll bench press your dad if you're not careful. Look at me in the eyes. I'm going to bench press your dad. And I hope he's in an urn. That's mean. I'm sorry. Hey, yo, thanks for the follow. Welcome. I like your eyes. Hey, yo, thank you. I appreciate that. I take back the dad comment now. Look, here's my eyes up close. Whoa. How you doing today, Bench? Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a great day today. Sky! Woo! Also, I'll fix my posture. Thank you. Welcome, 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 welcome to yourself, dude. Right, let's get Major Monogram. With his eyes. Freaky Friday looking eyes, you know? And his very sad, tired looking eyes. Where I go. Even though I know I disappeared. It's because you disappeared, this guy. That's what happens when one disappears. Cheese happens. Well, cheese does happen, eh? But I'm glad you're here. I'm sure I'm gonna unhappen soon, if you know what I mean. You're gonna unhappen? If it's what I think it is. Is it gonna happen again? Am I on the right line? If you say yes to that, then I know what it is.
Make me feel the cold. It's written in our stories, written on the walls. This is our call. We rise and we fall. Dancing in the moonlight, don't we have it all?
I think so, yeah. Oh my god. You drive me insane. You do. You drive my head through the roof. You can't draw him? That's the fun of the game, bruh.
Decisions as I go to anywhere I flow. Sometimes I believe, at times when I should know. I can fly high, I can go low. Today I got a million, tomorrow I don't know.
You're gonna play here. Sky, actually, yeah, it's not me, it's him. Oh, shut up. We can talk about it as well later, don't worry. Yeah, don't worry, Sky. Yeah, Drew, I've already told Sky about it. How long on the time? How long's this game got left? Bench, this one has 38 minutes left still. We have a lot of time. We have a 45-minute... let me see. We've got a 45-minute session for this one.
We fell in love as the
I
leaves
am ground.
and we could be together, baby. As long as skies
Agent P.
are blue. You act so innocent now, but you
Why does Major Monica... Why does he look so sad?
when I met you in the summer.
The fact that I've got his... why... Oh my god, he looks a little bit dazed on that one. Wait, hold on. His eyes need to be... His pupils need to be... I actually like it so far, you know, chat. I think it's going in the right direction. Do, 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 do. And then we go directly up. Is it like... Is that it? Or is that too much? I think that's too much. That's it. And it goes down with a...
We fell in love as the leaves turn brown. And
We could be together, baby.
as long as skies are blue. You act so innocent now, but you lied so soon.
That's too much in.
In the summer,
I think that might be too... It is. It needs to go down to his eye. Drew? No, that's what I'm doing. I'm drawing. Not Drew. It's drawing. I swear to God, this girl. That's way too wrong. To me, it is Sky. Carl. How far do we need to go from his lip? So like this is where his neck ends. When I met you in the summer. So his ear, by the way, his ear ends here. If I'm right. Which is why I don't like this. That's okay. Alright, Tin and Chats. I don't see you back in the Discord. Have a good weekend. I will see you in the Discord, okay? Fizzy, get your assignment done. Come on, it's soon to be due. You need to do it. I have faith in you. Don't forget tomorrow, chat, if you're not aware, tomorrow is going to be, and on Sunday, we are going to be doing Discord games nights and movie night. Be there, be square. I am playing Lethal Company with Isabel, Little Miss Capriza. We're going to be playing Lethal Company with on Sunday. Don't call me out like that in your stream. Do your assignment. It's due. Okay? I have faith in you. We all have faith. So call me maybe. Let's get his ear done. His ear. We're saying what? Here? Comes down a bit and then we go up. See, now that's what that's why I want to do that part of his ear first. All the way around, all the way around, all the way down. Gone. Here, here. That is 1000% more like it. To me, that's correct. However, this line here for the bottom of his ear needs to be changed. It needs to come out a bit more. Like that. Here's my number. Call me baby. It means in my life I missed it so bad. So bad. Okay. I'm happy so far. So far, I'm really happy with that, chat. The only question is, like, how do I give him Teddy or something? I want to give him Teddy. Oh, I'm going to have him hold it. Teddy's going to be here. That's his body. Too far out. One. So that's where it needs to be? No. Oh, that's okay. Like this. Okay. It's time. Nope, no. Go back. There we go. Oh, it's a curve down I need to do. Like this. What do we think so far? Am I being delusional with it? Probably. Does he look good so far, though? Yeah. I'm happy with them so far. Initially, it was going to be Major Monogram as Mr. Bean. But I feel like it'd be easier for me to just do an Mr. Bean incorporation. Mr. Bean's Evil Incorporate. Oh my god, why didn't I do Mr. Bean as Doofenshmirtz like we were told to? Somebody posted it in the chat as well. Oh no. Mr. Bean's Evil Incorporated. After hours. Night. Feel like. Okay. Radio. That's fair. Aye. Now I want to vibe. La 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 la. Me feel like. You make me feel like. Finishing. How long do we have left? I need to go, but I want to be here for the reveals. 25 minutes left, Ramen. 25 minutes. I say less. You need to disappear for now. Drop a lurk if you can. If you can't, I accept. I'll see you when you get back, dude. Thanks for the like, bro. He's lost in the sauce. Straight away. Next. Is it meant to be? Oh, it's meant to be like right here. I guess that's not too big. Okay. Okay, that's better. Whew, oh my god, my hands are killing me, chat. Boo-doo-boo, out on yourself, oh. Don't stop till it on. On. Right, let's add a little bit more. I need to add the M's to them. On yourself, oh.
Standing on top of the world, right where I want
Not be.
So how can this dark cloud be
Wanna go with me.
the hearts break and hell's a place that
Reference imaging, reference imaging, reference imaging. Cool. Okay. The M.
Let's go into simplicity. I feel like I've been missing me. Was not who I'm supposed to be. I felt this darkness over me.
Focusing.
Eventually, I never knew where I belonged, but I was right and you were wrong. Been telling myself
Focusing. Guy from Finn's Fit. It's Major Monogram. You noticed.
everyone trips, everyone falls. So don't be so hard on yourself, no. 'Cause I'm just tired of marching on my own. Kind of afraid I'll beat it in my
I forgot the name. I love Phineas and Ferb as a kid. I still do. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of love Phineas and Ferb. This is Major Monogram. The fusion theme for this one, Ari, is Mr. Bean in Phineas and Ferb. But I don't know how I'm gonna incorporate Mr. Bean. I just know I wanted to do Major Monogram. How's recording went tonight, by the way? There's one M. There's another. Let's just do a quick outline. That should be okay. Draw them in a fedora to make them Perry. Wait, Perry? Platypus? Perry the platypus? I do like me some fedora. There we go. Oh, sorry. There you go. My lady. It would be more of like a rounded... that vibe. My lady. And you're not on yourself off. Straight back, straight back, straight back. I'm going to read in a secondary. Just bear with. Recordings have been good. I only had 2 today. 1's done and the 1 starts in 20 minutes-ish. Fridays are my easy day. Oh my lord. Well, I hope it goes smooth. And a bab and the bab and the bo. And a bab and the bono. Thank you, Tintin. You are very welcome, Ari. You deserve to have an easy day. I'm cooking, to be honest. Example, for real though, bro. As much as I'm cooking right now, because look, I'm cooking a meal, bro. I do be cooketh. What you think people are going to say is, yeah, but where's the collab in it? There we go. You're cooking a plate. One character, I'm cooking a meal. Oof. Okay, I'll take it. Whistle, babe, with the whistle, babe, whistle, babe, okay. Okay. Music. Now I need to draw Teddy, right? With a little fedora. Like, There we go. Like that. I'm cooking story-wise, to be honest. Really? I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to what you've got for us. Whistle, baby, whistle, whistle, right, let's get a little bit of colouring done. I made a monogram first. Okay, drop it, lo, Oh, can I blow my whistle, baby, let me know. We just look at us together and you come real close. Smaller, smaller. And then we need to go up one to do his eyebrow. And then we'll to do, I mean, here. Straight, can I get in here? There we go. I think that's all I need to do for here to do with the grey. Now I need to focus on his hair and his skin. I guess I can fit here. Sorry for the silence, chat. I'm focusing. There we go. Okay. Oof. Oh my god, I'm cooking up a meal with this dude. Look at me, look at you. Looking at what you think that I'm gonna do. Making up a storyboard, made a monogram, gonna save it, then post it on my Instagram. Click, click, save it to the desktop. Run around cause they think I wanna rest stop. That's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. Oh. Doing detail on the arm. Doing detail on his arm. Detail, 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 detail. Okay, chat. 16 more minutes. Anymore. Anymore. Okay, I lost connection to the game for some reason. Is that every end? No. There we go. I need to make the smaller. you in the darkest time. In the darkest time. Where you go? Please. Maps is such a Ghost of Doji song. It's an amazing song. And nothing you can do. Following, following, following. Temptation. On Skibbity? On Skip. Why, Alyssa? Why have you? I was like, yeah, you're so cool. None of this on God. Nah, it's all about that Skibbity now. Knees. Not enough to wonder where you go. Following, following, following. Oh, oh, oh. Has dinner now. Enjoy your night, Ari. I hope you have an amazing night. Are you at the darkest time? Chat, you've got 12 minutes left until the round ends. Make it count. Okay? No, you. Oh! Ari, I love you. Go have an amazing night. Chat, we love Ari in this bish. Okay? Ari, go. We love you. Go have your dinner. Eat food. Nothing I can do next to you. Following, following, following. I'm staying for the next little bit, eating dinner at the PC. Hello, Ari. Welcome back. We love you still, but welcome back. I know, we need to get a white. It's a slight nod. Baby. Da, 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 da. I mean, you know, realistically, that's how we should be drawing them, right? Because he's animated, so he's meant to have thick lines. But to be honest, I prefer that. Right, now I've got 10 minutes. Now that I've done that, I've got 6 minutes. I haven't even drew Teddy yet. I didn't get to do the fusion, but oh my god, I got carried away. I didn't do it. Wait, Mr. Bean Teddy. If you don't wait on your mind. Chat, I didn't. If I could have 3 hours to just draw, I would. If you don't nothing that your mind. That's too big. Don't see when? Nah, it wouldn't be good. I don't think it would be good for views. I don't think people would want to just sit down and watch me draw. I can work with that. It's too. Oh my god, that's why it looks so thick. still don't know how you do the thing you sent me earlier. It looked amazing. I use my computer. Oh, wait. Oh. All right. I spent like 4 hours with AI to make it better. I promise you. I wish I spent all of that time making that. No, I spent 4 hours enhancing my original.
Woke up on the right side of the bed. What's
I made it for you.
with this Prince song inside my head? Hands up.
Good night. Good night, Cookie. Have an amazing night. Cookie, by the way,
It's always a good
just so you know, tomorrow and the day after, we are having movie nights and game nights inside of the Discord. So if you want to join on that one, you know where to find us. Other than that, have a great night. I made a drawing, Ari, with these things, and then I used AI to make it better and make it a little bit more animated because I didn't like the quality. Noted? Exactly. I will see you later. Have an amazing night. I didn't want to let you down, Ari, by telling you because you seem super happy about it. SMH AI user? Of course I'm an AI user. We're not going to beat it. I don't like AI art, but it's here to stay. Ari doesn't like AI art. You can't beat AI. Alyssa, you can't. It's literal always learning. I've been a graphic designer for over 12 years. I can make the art that I make, but it takes a long time. Oh, it's 45 minutes, just so you still have 7 minutes. Sorry. It's always a good time. It's always a good time, man. I know how I'm gonna make it work. Okay, now I know how to fix this. And then we go here.
Let's go out and be wild, do it.
Oh, it's the cheese man. What do you mean the cheese man?
Running free in the world, we got all weekend. Tear it up, tear it down, getting lost in the sound of our hearts beating. Take me here, take me now, getting lost in the crowd with you.
I'd running for you all my life.
Hold my hand and keep me close.
Let's see. Parry. Hat. Leave it by your side. Let's see. I'll be by your side.
Scattered hearts, broken glass, I don't feel a thing. Cause I'm frozen in time when you're next to me.
Ooh.
Tear it up, tear it down, getting lost in the sound of our hearts beat.
That's how you do it. Yes, baby.
Take me here, take me now, getting lost in the crowd with you.
I'm for the
My life, hold my hand and keep me close. I never let you
go through tonight.
keep me by your side.
You by side. So you got 3 more minutes. Okay, now we need to make this a little bit bump. You say 3, give me more. It's got to be 3 more minutes. It's 2 more minutes now, example. Running short on time, bro. Link, exclamation mark, link, B. It's a command. Ayo, there we go, bro.
Party going wild, fist pumping music. I might lose it. Glass to the roof, how we lose it. I don't care tonight, she don't care. We like almost there, the right vibe. Ready
Okay, chat, I'll give you 5 more minutes. It takes up to 50 minutes, okay? You've got a 5-minute extension.
Shut them down in the club where the Playboy does till they all get loose. Out the bottle, we all get fit in again tomorrow. Gotta break rules.
Do this on this, go back down to 1, and we can go. Hey, I heard you were a wild one.
If I took you home and be
Home run, home run.
show me how you do. I wanna shut down the club with you. Hey, I heard you like the wild ones, wild ones, wild ones.
Party rocker for showstopper. More shampoo, #1 club popper. Got a hangover like too much vodka. Can't see me with 10 binoculars. So cool, no doubt by the end of the night. Got the clothes coming off, then I make that move. Somehow, some way, gotta raise the roof. All black shades when the sun come through. Uh-oh, it's on like everything goes. Wild out, baby, to the freak it shows. What happens to that body is a private show. Stays right here, private show. I like a mundane.
Nearly there, chat.
Bottoms up when it's champagne. My life, come Muhammad, then we hit Spain. Too easy with you there, we get insane.
Oh. The outline is always the worst part to me. Oh, then how do you do? Hey, I heard you were the wild one. Ooh, ooh. Chat, you've got a 5-minute bunk. Hey, Spin, how you doing, baby? Welcome, Sim, bro. Oh. Right, here we go, here we go, here we go. Just a little bit of detail on them, and then we'll be good. But fucking tired, bro. I know, it's midnight. I know. This might be last. Just so I can get a catch on tomorrow. What? 104? Spin, where are you again? I know it's Europe somewhere, but... Yeah. Well, where about you again? Netherlands, I'm gonna guess. Denmark. Bro. Denmark. I heard you, bro. Damn, bro. I'm sorry I forgot. Right, let's give a little bit of an outline just to detail off what we've done. By the way, I live in Denmark. Bro, really? Did you get it? I live in Denmark. Bro, you know what? Just repeat one more time. Where'd you live? I'm sure it's Denmark, but you know, I might be wrong. So just help me out a bit. I actually live in Denmark. Oh, bro, you know what? I'm so sorry. I thought that you lived in Denmark. You moron. What's Denmark? It's like Primark, but for denim. Any UK folk are going to understand that joke. Anyone else that's not from the UK is not going to get that joke. I eat in Denmark. Yeah. I sleep in Denmark. Yeah. Oh, so it sucks to call it. Exactly. Yeah. You mark it Den. Exactly. He's Denmarking. Eat, sleep, breathe in Denmark. Right, chat, you've got 3 minutes. How do I cancel lurk? Exclamation mark unlurk. So you've got lurk and unlurk as a command. There we go. Sinlurk is disabled. Sin is disabled because he's left-handed. Sin is disabled, true. I am, I'm left-handed. Oof. I have Google Maps. I don't use any maps. Ha. Oh. It's Danish. I like eating Danishes. Not the people, obviously. The bread. Maybe the people too. Same with Skype. What? What do you mean? Why are we talking about Skype? What's this opacity look like? Okay, I prefer that opacity. Google invented Google Maps. Did they? How do you know though? Did you ask? This song is actually bad. It's called a Zillionaire. Also, don't call you honey. Who said honey? Google Maps was tested on C++ plugin designed by two Danish brothers, Lars and Jens, and Noel Gordon and Stephen Marr in Sydney-based company Where Two Technologies, which was founded in early 2008. I know it wasn't Google that invented it. They sold it on. Right, we're coming to the end, chat. I'm just going to do some fine lining. Over again. You guys wanted extra time anyway? Consider yourself extra timed. I know, Earth, way better. That sounds like something an alien say, bro. Mwah. Why'd you give his ear a butt cheek? It's his ear. It's just his ear, Alyssa. This has probably been the one that I've got the most detail on. Hence why I'm allowing like extra time. You know, mine isn't that good. I only look like 10-15 minutes to draw. Oh yeah, you have to disappear, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay. I wish I did more time with the coloring of it, but we are where we are. The background is too similar to his clothes. It looks like an amputee. Ah, it's fine. Thing that I've done. Is that a better color? That's okay, there's no time. And chat, we're done. With the great parts. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. That bit. Oh, I messed up. Okay, right, chat. Oof. Chat, that was a long round. That was 45 minutes worth of Gartic masterpiece, Fusion, where we drew in Mr. Bean in the universe of Phineas and Ferb. Will it work? We're gonna find out. However, let's see how it went on. Chat. First of all, we've got myself. I went with Mr. Bean's Major Monogram. We all know him. Major Monogram with Teddy as Perry the Platypus, his nice little companion. I thought it was a good idea. It took too long. But you know what? We got there. And I like it. I think that's kind of cool. I like where it went. Probably one of my favorite ones so far. Because look, it's Teddy. Teddy. Next on the list, chat, we've got the one, the only instant, spent 15 minutes, disappeared. That is terrifying, Ramen. That is, I don't like it, but because I like it, but what I mean is I like it, but I'm terrified of it. That is nuts. Gimme. Next, we got Mimi. That is Mr. B. That, you know what, Mimi? I like it. Solid effort. Might be the best one that we've had yet. And then example, I really want to see this. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. Bro, that's nuts. You can't say you messed up like that. That's insane. I like where you went. Mr. Bean, Teddy, Perry, and Doofenshmirtz all in the room playing a game of poker. It's Don Perry. I know, you messed up the coloring. Don't lie, bro. That's great. Don't worry about it. That's nuts. Hey, yo, GG. You know what? Oh, that is insane. Right, chat, that is it for that round. Chat, don't forget, we do Gartic Fusion X Fusion every time that we're doing soon. We are doing it 3 times a week. We are doing it Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. If you are not in the Discord server already, there's a link right there. Join in. Let me do another one on my one. Boom. There's a link to get into the Discord server. Join in. I wish I had time to draw it more. Honestly, same. Next time, I mean, look, you see that? Yeah, I'm using my mouse as well. I wish I did. Example, thanks for the follow, bro. I appreciate it. Welcome into this internet. Join Discord chat. Like I said, we do Masterpiece Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. It has been 3 hours that we've been doing this already. So, you know, we're feeling the vibes. I feel it, and I feel you guys too. However, I want to know why our lovely friend Caprice has not even went on the live side yet. Ba-da-boom. Let me open the bum. Right. Close that one off. I wish I had a drawing tablet. Why? But I can't find it. It's significantly the same. Honestly, I wish I still had mine, kind of. But it's all good. Goodbye. Too many times before. Your heart is taken in front of me. Right, chat. I want us to go over and spend the weekend taking a little happy holiday with everybody so we can chill. However, I want us to go over and say hello to Mr. Ricky's Not a Ferret, okay? So we're going to go over to Ricky. He's playing Among Us right now. We're going to go chill. Chat, I'm going to go get myself some food. We're going to go chill. However, don't forget, look in the schedule tab of my Discord server. Go chill. Have an amazing time. Chat, it's been an amazing week. I love you all. Having a lot of drawings. It's been really cool and fun. Until I see you on Monday, there's going to be syndicate sessions. There's going to be vibes. All of that jazz. I love you all. I'm glowing still. My skincare is doing great today. Until next time, chat. Until Monday, 9 p.m. BST for more BS Anti. I've been Sin. You've been freaking dope, dude. And until next time, I'll see you all on the flip side. Good night, everybody. Have a vibe. Goodbye.